Hello, car lovers driving the 2023 Kia Telluride. This is the X line, about $65,000, this version that I'm driving, but first an overview. The 2023 Kia Telluride is a midsize SUV. Kia says Telluride is bold and sophisticated. That is a fair statement. The exterior styling is bold but somewhat boxy. It is meant to make a presence. Some families are a bit conservative. Look elsewhere, perhaps. The interior is sophisticated and tasteful. I think this is where Kia is so strong. The Kia design language is remarkably simple and functional. In fact, I could say that about all Kias. They probably make the slickest and most functional interiors among its competitors. It's usually one or the other, not with Kia. You get both. The color combinations and textures scream good taste. I'm certainly feeling $60,000 here, making Telluride a value. The SX Limited is my choice. We get the X-Line, which to me is not worth the extra money. With the SX Limited in Canada, you get Napa leather, 12-way power seats with 3-zone climate control, Harman-Kardon sound system, 10-inch heads-up display, full digital rearview mirror, and advanced driving aids. But all that tech does not mean anything because it is the luxury of this interior and the tastefulness that makes it all the more charming. The V6 makes 291 horsepower and 262 pounds of torque, all-wheel drive, and an 8-speed automatic. It is so 2019. In the province of Quebec, with the price of gas, a 4-cylinder hybrid would be more appropriate. This does 12.8 liters in the city and 9.8 liters on the highway. In the city, like all its rivals, expect more 15 to 20 liters per 100 kilometers. Quebecers often buy base models, in this case the EX, which you do get the tri-zone climate control, synthetic leather seats, nav with 12-inch infotainment display, highway drive assist, interior wood grain trim. The EX starts at nearly $53,000. Might as well reach out for the SX Limited for $9,000 more. We're back. So what to say about this vehicle? Well, I test drove the Hyundai Palisade very recently, and it's a very similar product. What are the key characteristics of the mid-size SUV or crossover? It's always hard to say. Those lines kind of get blurred. Ultimately, it's the difference between body-on-frame and unibody construction based on a truck platform, but it's kind of like those terms are getting kind of smeared. Let's just call it the mid-size SUV. Well, mid-size, I would say that they're trying to make it a premium, semi-premium SUV. Does it compete more with Explorer or does it compete more with Acura MDX? I think it's more of the former. What to say about this vehicle? Well, has a lot of qualities. We'll start with the exterior styling, which is growing on me. I love the paint quality. I love the assembly. I keep saying it in all my Kia and Hyundai reviews, and Genesis too, but especially I think in this Kia, it's really reaching a very high level. Nice paint, nice assembly, very high level, tight tolerances, beautiful mags, nice 50 ratio tires, by the way. Big tires, but at least there's enough tire to withstand the harsher bumps of the Montreal Trail. That's what I think about the exterior styling. Very upright, very boxy, but you get this benefit on the inside. I mean, the exterior visibility here is wonderful. I'm certainly not worried when I'm parking. The turning radius is tight enough, I'd say. So very good on that level. On the inside, you sit up high like you expect. Good visibility, commanding view of the road. This is very good. There are 2 sunroofs here, let a lot of natural light in. Wonderful. This interior quality, I have to say, is very high. This great burnt orange, I don't know if it's like an orange or brown or a light brown. I don't know what to call this color, but there's that color. There's this grayed out wood-like trim. There is a dark gray top. There is metallic, or at least imitation metallic here for the buttons to toggle in your climate control. Very good on that level. The knobs, the interfaces feel quality enough. I love this Harman-Kardon sound system. The digital dash works well in sunlight. Steering wheel maybe is a bit thin, I'd say, but the leather quality is very good. Simple enough commands for the self-driving systems, or the partial self-driving systems, I should rather say. Very good, very good. The seats are very comfortable. The headrest is not too forward like perhaps in other Kia products. So you really feel comfortable. I'm feeling definitely a high level of comfort. The leather quality enough, I'd say. It's very good. This is very good. The three rows of seats are a must. I speak to so many people who are shopping those 3 rows of seats. So it seems to be a concern with people want to stick their mother-in-law in back along with their children. I mean, I think that's something a lot of people are looking for, perhaps their children's friends. So very, very good on that level. I would have to say it is in the class average in terms of quietness on the highway. Ross noted that maybe for 65,000 it was a bit noisy. I thought it's average. It's in the average, which means you can communicate with the rear passengers. You can have a conversation with them on the highway. The engine now. The engine, well, 4 years ago I would have told you this is the ideal engine for the category. However, we're in the province of Quebec here, and considering who we live with and where we live, we know that there's not exactly a lobby here, or if it is, it's not a very loud one for reducing the price of gas. So we're talking about 155, 165, 175, 185. For the city driving, it gets very expensive. The hybrid systems are so good for that city driving, especially in traffic, which is the case, which is in Montreal. Even around Montreal, there's lots of traffic. Lots of construction sites, of which there are no workers on, which creates additional traffic. So the hybrid system, very good for that model, if you want. And that's what I have to say about that. I love the heads-up display. I love the infotainment, which is essentially pretty easy to use. It's actually average, easy to use, but you do have these big buttons when you want to go from radio, nav, map. So it makes the access for the key functions easier. Once you're in the menus, it gets a little complicated. So it's not that user-friendly, but however, just to access core functions, very good on that level. So overall, I would say this is a very, very good product. I would say that the driver interfaces feel average. They have no weight to them. There's no feel. Same thing about the Palisade. It's very tricky for a manufacturer to make easy to use in the urban cycle. However, if you get just a little bit too soft or a little bit too numb, you fall and feels cheap, you know? And this is on the limit, really on the limit, I'd say. So that would be really this vehicle's only flaw, if we could name one. But then again, Ross made the remark on the French video that Kia made this to be ultra luxury, so we can't fault them for that, really. Excellent vehicle, I'd say. The 5-year bumper-to-bumper warranty reassures. All these electronics make you worry in terms of the long-term reliability. Once one of these screens gives out, it's going to be the end of the world. It's going to cost you thousands of dollars. Happily, the climate controls are separate. Ross made that remark too on the French video. Excellent remark on his part. This is a fine vehicle, and certainly I can understand why people buy them. And those are my thoughts. By the way, if you like this video, like it. If you don't like it, don't like it. And if you really like it, well then of course, you should subscribe. And that is it.